Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Wham Wairarapa. What's happening around my Wairarapa? It's the event show telling you what's happening around the region. I'm Hayley Gastmeyer, and I've got a co-host in the studio with me this morning, Eli.
Yeah.
Eli Hill, welcome.
It's good to see what you do on a Friday morning.
Yeah, well, hopefully you can be a regular here. It'd be awesome. I do get a little bit lonely here on my own, although I do have all the awesome listeners out there, and you might even be watching us on Wairarapa TV as well. So what's the date today? The 30th of November, so the last day of November.
Yeah, just about Christmas season.
Gosh, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Are you going to get a Christmas tree in your flat?
I'm not sure. I think the dog might eat it, possibly.
You got a dog, do you?
Yeah.
Is it your own dog or one of your flatmates?
Nah, one of my flatmates, he's an accountant, but it's a beautiful black lab.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. And does it get amongst everything? Does it get into your shoes and that?
Not the shoes, but the cookies in particular are a favourite. So.
What flavour?
Chocolate chip, and then it like hides out in the laundry to I don't know, escape the heat for a little bit.
Yep. Oh, what a laugh. Okay, so no Christmas tree at your place. I'm going to go and get a Christmas tree this weekend, hopefully.
Oh, cool.
I just love the smell.
Yeah, for sure. Like the artificial ones don't quite get there, right?
No, yeah. Well, it's got to be a real one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thanks Trust House for sponsoring this show. And remember, you can go and like the Wham Wairarapa Facebook page, and that's how you can get in touch if you want to be a guest. Or if you want to tell me about events happening around the region, then flick a message through and we'll get back to you. So I think I'll just start with reading a few of the events from on here, Eli.
Cool.
And then I'll give you a turn. Nice. So we've got the grand opening launch day of the VR Lounge. What is that? You see, I just do this on the fly. I'm just looking at this for the first time. So we would like to see you at VR Lounge. Come and join us to celebrate our first day of many of extreme fun. Whoa. Oh, this is the ultimate virtual reality experience. Have you heard about this?
Yeah, I think I actually did a story on it.
Tell us. Okay.
So yeah, I think it's quite close in the CBD kind of area from 10 a.m. till 6 p.m. I think today they're opening up, and you can experience the Wairarapa's very first virtual reality lounge. They have 2 headsets and apparently between 20 to 30 activities you can try out. You can walk a plank 100 stories up, but in virtual reality, so you don't have to worry about falling off.
Wow. And is it free?
I think you will have to pay.
Okay.
I think it was around $8 for 5 to 10 minutes. I can't entirely remember. That's off the top of my head, but
Yep.
It's a good way to kind of trial out something new.
Could you bungee jump?
I don't think they have that yet, but I bet it'll be coming.
But walking off a plank, they do
Walking
have.
off a plank 100 stories up. Yeah.
Whoa, I would be freaking out even if it was virtual. I'm super scared of
Yeah,
heights.
we saw a pretty awesome video of the mayor, Lynn Patterson, having a bit of a go at it.
That came up on my Facebook feed. Is that what that was all about?
Yeah.
So it's at 4 Perry Street, and is this just like a one-off? Or it says it's a grand opening launch day. So is this the beginning of a new business?
So it's the beginning of a new business. He's looking to, I don't know, take it pretty regular. You can go there, hang out with your friends, do some virtual reality stuff. They're going to look to extend to multiplayer. So
Wicked.
It's good fun.
That is super cool. What a cool thing for Masterton.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the VR Lounge opening today, 4 Perry Street in Masterton. It's going to be open from 10 until 6, and I don't know what their regular hours will be, but I think it's going to be great, especially coming up to the Christmas school holidays. It'll be cool for the kids to go along to. Okay, we've got another event here at Club Wairarapa. This is happening this evening, Freedom Express. It's a very versatile 2-piece vocal group who are dedicated to entertaining crowds around New Zealand. So these guys are performing, this duo is performing for free this evening at Club Wairarapa, and of course affiliated members and their guests are welcome. And it's Freedom Express. So that's going to be a little bit of music going on. Of course, if you're not sure what to do this weekend, you could always go to Stonehenge. Have you been there?
No, I haven't. I've always looked at the sign and thought, what the heck is that?
Well, apparently it's the same size as the real Stonehenge.
No way.
Yeah, and you got to pay to get in, but you can either go in and to take yourself, look around, to think you watch a DVD and you get a map. But otherwise, you've got tours, public guided tours every weekend, Saturday, Sunday. What time? I'm just guessing. I think it's 11 until 12:30. Yep, I'm spot on. And also, I think Pukaha Mount Bruce is another good place to go to. Have you been to Pukaha?
Ooh, maybe not as well. See, this is
Yeah.
the thing about being new. I have all these places to explore.
Yeah. Well, I'm nearly 4 years in, and I only went to Pukaha 2 weeks ago,
Wow.
about a month ago.
How is
actually.
it?
It's really cool. Especially there's a white kiwi there.
Cool.
And then there's Freckleton, who's the little brown kiwi. And it was so cute. Me and my auntie just stood there in the dark watching these kiwis chase each other around for like half an hour. It was so
That's so
entertaining.
cool.
They're just gorgeous.
So it's like a wildlife?
Yeah, so it's a reserve.
Cool.
It's a big piece of land that I think is predator free, and they've got they've got wild. They've got kiwis and lots of bird life and tuataras. It's
Awesome.
really neat.
It's so cool.
Yeah, it's a good one. I think people, that come to New Zealand, it's definitely a place to stop off. It's in between Masterton and Ikitahuna
Awesome.
at Mount Bruce. Now, Christmas on Queen. Do you know anything about this one?
Ooh, I'm pretty sure I do.
Go for it.
Yes, I got a bit written down, of course. We have the Masterton Christmas Parade starting at 12:30 tomorrow. The parade begins at Worksop Road and will make its way down Queen Street, finishing at the Farriers car park. After the parade, we've got, as you said, Christmas on Queen, Masterton's first Christmas street festival. The festival features music and dance entertainment, as well as street performers, family activities, craft stalls, and food producers throughout the Wairarapa. There will also be the opportunity for festival goers to bring a gift to the Giving Tree. The Giving Tree can be found in the Library Square on Queen Street. But
Nice.
I think I've made a little note here. You need to bring a coat because the weather's not looking too amazing.
Oh,
kind of
true.
thing.
We'll
Yeah.
look at the weather forecast towards the end of the show, I think, and let people know how to be prepared. I think they put up a giant Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Next to the library. I think.
Yeah. I think that could possibly even be the Giving Tree. although
Yes,
I'm
I
not
think
entirely
so.
Sure.
So, is it take a wrapped gift and then it'll be donated?
Yeah, and then they'll donate it to, I think, kind of charities sort of thing.
Nice.
People who need it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome. So basically, Queen Street's a place to be tomorrow.
Exactly.
So it's
Yeah.
the Santa parade and then the festival in the park or in the street, I guess.
Yeah, and it's perfect, like 1st of December, kind of get into the Christmas.
Just roll right on in there. Also happening tomorrow, fingers crossed for fine weather, is fun food, music and wine at the Gladstone Vineyard. This is kicking off at 12:30, running until 4:30. So Saturday afternoon, chill with JK Food Truck, Dr. Rob. I know Dr. Rob, he's pretty cool. And Graphia Music. And enjoy Gladstone Vineyard's fine wine. So it's a family-friendly day in the garden. It's just a gold coin donation for the band. So there'll be Graphia, which I think everyone in Wairarapa would know a member or more of Graphia. A very experienced group of musicians, and there'll be food and wine, so you can't really go wrong with that mix. So Gladstone Vineyard is where to go tomorrow afternoon if you're keen for some chilling out. Have you got another event there for us?
I've got another couple actually. We have the Morrisville Country Fair on Sunday. So there'll be music, stalls, vintage cars and steam trains. It's held at the Morrisville Domain in Kai Pararo Road. from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. and it usually has around 2,000 to 3,000 visitors, so
Whoa.
pretty packed out really, and entry is free, so that's another bonus kind of thing. Wairarapa Word, who I guess is like the Wairarapa Writers Group, I assume, is holding its end of year celebration at Page 42 Cafe on High Street in Masterton, and that's on Sunday as well. So you can bring along like your favourite book or like some original writing or something, do a bit of a reading. They have the Kuranui College Deputy Head Girl, who won first place in the high school section at Massey University Press Poetry
Wow.
Awards.
Sounds like we need to do a story on her.
Yeah, for sure. Get onto it, eh? But yeah, she's doing a reading as well. There'll be kind of alcoholic and non-alcoholic drinks you can buy. And then also there's the Army is marching in Featherston on Saturday from 1 p.m. So it's the 5th and 7th Battalion Royal New Zealand Regiment. And I think they had some sort of a charter between them and the township of Featherston.
I think it's a brand new charter. They've just established it.
Oh, no way.
So this will be the inaugural parade, and I think it's going to happen from now on annually.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So if you want to go there, you're like making history, right? I remember when the Featherston Charter was signed. And
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Not that I wrote a story about it as well a month or so ago when it happened at the council meeting, and I still don't quite understand what it means, but
Yeah.
it's a partnership, I guess, and it's sort of recognising I think it's a long-standing there's
relationship to the thing.
Yeah,
I saw here like the town was home to the largest camp of New Zealand soldiers deployed in World War One. So I guess like
yep.
yeah.
Well, you've gone through all of your events now. You're going to have to listen to me rattle on.
Yeah.
We'll play some music soon. It's 8:15 now. We've got an author event, Godley, the man behind the myth, who's going to be at the Featherston. Well, I don't know if he's going to be there. I think the writer of this book is going to be there at the Featherston Memorial RSA on Fox Street tomorrow from 11 until 12, so an hour event. It's free. So Wellington author and military historian Terry Hinlock presents his new biography of Godley, the British general who implemented the new plan for New Zealand's defence forces beginning in 1910 and then in 1914, led the New Zealand expeditionary force to war in Gallipoli in France. Event arranged by Mazine's Bookshop, Military History, and this event runs just prior to the Charter Parade in it says in Wellington, but I think it's in Featherston, where the 5th and 7th Battalion Royal New Zealand Infantry Regiment will be given the formal freedom of the Featherston town. So both events relate to the strong military history of historic Featherston. So that's sort of wrapping into...
Awesome, yeah. So if you're like a military buff, you can just go there and, get off for the whole day.
Yeah, it'd be great. So that's
I
tomorrow.
never knew Featherston has such a kind of military past. It's awesome.
Big time, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the camp, there's like nothing left of the camp, but the camp was established, where the majority, or it was the biggest training camp in the whole country for World War One, and then they basically just dissembled it following the war. Yeah. And then when World War Two happened, the government ordered that same site be built into a prisoner of war camp, and so that's where lots of Japanese prisoners were held for World War Two.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah. I guess after the First World War, though, you had the whole influenza thing, so you wouldn't want too many people gathered, sort of thing.
I just wrote in a story about that last night. Yeah. Sorry, I wasn't here last week because I was a little bit sick. I think you had the pleasure of Michael entertaining you all, which it would have been entertaining. When Michael turns up, we'll pull him in. He's a pretty cool dude.
Awesome.
Yeah, he's pretty funny. He's a comedian. Well, of course, we've got the markets that happen around the region every weekend. So on the Saturday, There's the Featherston Market, which runs from 8 until 2. That's just off State Highway 2 there behind the Lang's Pharmacy car park. And also on Saturday, there's the Wairarapa Farmers Market, which is outside the farriers on the northern end of Queen Street, there by the roundabout in Masterton. That one runs from 9 until 1, and it's rain or shine under cover there in the car park sheltered area. On Sunday, there's the Carterton Farmers Market at Memorial Square, running from 9 a.m. just until I think 12:30, and that has, all of the markets really have a good range of fresh produce, plants, bits and pieces. Sometimes there's olive oil, lavender products, sometimes wine, sometimes food trucks, coffee. So get on down to one of the markets this weekend. And in Masterton again on the Sunday, there's the car boot sale. That's on the corner of Essex and Chapel Street, and that one I think runs for the majority of the morning and into the afternoon. Now, you've already talked about the Morrisville Country Fair, so lots of fairs going on this weekend because the Tikaranga Farmers Market's kicking off again on Sunday. So the Tikaranga Farmers Market, of course, Tikaranga is a vineyard in Martinborough. You can head along there on the first Sunday of the month. So they hold it through the summer months, the first Sunday, running from 10 until 3. And my buddy Ross will probably be there with his beers. He makes some darn good beers at his Norfolk Road property. There's always lots of really nice olive oil. Of course, you can pick up wine. They always have a really good food on offer. Yeah, the Tikaranga Farmers Market on a nice day is the place to be on a Sunday.
Oh, that sounds so good.
Me and my partner normally rock up and order a beer at 10 a.m. and then get some food half an hour later.
Awesome.
And then do
what a
some.
good day.
It's so fun, yeah.
Yeah.
Love it. Okay. Now, just a reminder that there's the junior golf clinics every Monday from 4:30 till 5:30. So that's when the Kiddlywinks are welcome to head along and play. It's $80 for their membership, and that joins them up to the Masterton Golf Club. Mahjong happens at Featherston Community Centre every Monday at 1 p.m. So if you're keen to get in amongst a Mahjong team, then you can head along. I think it's like a Koha donation.
Oh, that's so cool. I remember playing that on Windows Mahjong.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's the tile thing, right?
I don't even...
build something. It's so cool.
Oh, wow. So you're pretty pro at it, are you?
Yeah. I might have to head along. Whenabouts is it again?
Yeah, so it's every... unfortunately, you're going to be at work. It's 1 p.m. on Mondays.
Okay.
Well, unless you wanted to go down and do a story on it, then you could head down to Featherston.
Just slip in, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just going to go through a few more things happening at the Featherston Community Centre. Every Tuesday, there's an art class from 10 a.m. And then also on the Tuesday at 7 p.m. there's another art class, Art for Everyone. And then there's yoga with Nikki on a Wednesday at 7 p.m. I'm going to play a tune now. We'll do some Bob Marley, eh?
Yeah.
I've just sort of chosen a random track. I'm not sure what it is, but enjoy. That stopped abruptly, didn't it? That was some Bob Marley. All right. We've got a few more events to get through here. We've got the just finding my spot. The Club Wairarapa Rockers, they meet each Wednesday at Club Wairarapa. So that's like if you're going to be keen to get into some rock and roll dancing.
Awesome.
Hey, would you be into that?
Yeah, for sure. Get my groove on, that sort of thing.
Nice. So it kicks off at 6 o'clock for beginners. I don't know if you're a beginner, but if you are, 6 p.m. on a Wednesday is when you want to show up. And then the intermediate sort of class starts at 7:15. So they've got something here about, they've got a holiday Christmas breakup hoedown. So that's going to be the 12th of December starting at 7:15, supper included, and it's fancy dress rock and roll. So that's nearly 2 weeks away. So 2 Wednesdays from now, that's where they have their Christmas breakup celebration. And what else have we got going on? You've already got through all of your things, haven't you?
Yeah, I managed to go through that pretty quick. So maybe next time I'll have to save some,
And people get sick of me. So we've got the Alchemy guitar duets from around the world happening at Aratoi next Thursday.
That's interesting.
Bob Marley's having a little bit of a...
Trying to make a comeback?
Yeah.
Oh, Bob Marley taking over the show.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Say something, I think is what he was. I will say something. So Alchemy, they're going to be at Aratoi, next Thursday, 6 p.m. until 8. You got to pay for your ticket. Now, this is Andrew Blanche and Ariel Nuhardi. They've been described as two stunning young guitarists. Now that's according to the Sydney Arts Guide, and they've been praised for their dazzling guitar playing. Their performances have taken them around Australia, and they also collaborate with Australia's celebrated baritone Jose Cabo in a group named the Jose Cabo Trio. And in 2018, the duo will perform at the Glebe Music Festival and the Newcastle Music Festival. So I'm thinking these guys are from Aussie.
Yeah. But they sound not too bad, eh? Sydney Arts Trust, was it?
Arts Guide. They're the ones rating them. There's quite a few
Surely
other.
they'd know.
They
Yeah.
would know. They're the pros.
But then they are Australian, so maybe, the Kiwi taste will...
Yeah, I think if you're a good guitarist, you're a good guitarist,
Yeah,
no matter
true,
where you
true.
are in the world. Do you play a musical instrument?
Oh, I wish. Like, I used to play the saxophone. Like, I probably could play it, but I
Wow.
don't know. It's been a while.
Have you got one?
Yeah.
Is it with you here in Wairarapa?
No, it's back in Taranaki, actually.
So that's where you grew up.
Yeah, that kind of shows, like, I don't know, the things you bring with you are, I guess, the things that are most important. But, I don't know, I always think it's so cool to have learnt that, I guess. How about yourself?
No, I was pretty slack, to be honest. I wanted to play the violin. I did it for 2 years, but don't think I don't know, if I have like a learning disability where I find it really hard to learn new things, and I just couldn't pick it up. But I think at the same time, like, one of those, because if I can't do something good right from the start, like, I sort of just give up, and my parents never really like forced me. They were pretty cruisy and let me just do whatever I wanted. So I probably needed a little bit more discipline, and I would have been able to pull it off. But yeah, I did the violin, and then I also did the drums when I was a teenager. I quite liked the drums, but that didn't last long either. A short attention span and no self-motivation.
Yeah, drums would be good, though. I always feel like just bashing sort of thing on on the cymbals and all that. But I heard when I was playing the saxophone, someone's like, I was like, oh, violin's such a cool instrument. And then they told me if you want to be good at violin, you have to have no life. You just have to, like, practice like crazy sort of thing.
Well, I didn't. Yeah, it was never going to be my destiny. But yeah, violin does sound awesome, doesn't it?
Yeah, it sounds so good.
Yeah. Well, these guys are great at the guitar, so you can catch them at Aratoi. They've just got a whole list of names. I've got like 2,000 words in front of me. I'm not going to read it. I'm just going to tell you the key details. So you could Google these guys if you're keen to check them out. It's just alchemy guitar duets from around the world is what this event is titled as. And as I said before, it's at Aratoi on Thursday, the 6th of December, from 6 until 8. You can get your tickets off Event Finder. There's a buy tickets button you can click, or you could go into Aratoi and inquire. It looks like it's $25 for a ticket, and concession prices $23, and under 12-year-olds will be free. And if you want to get a phone sale ticket, you can call 0800 buy tix. That's 0800 289 849. Fantastic. Now, we've got an event here at Colombo Martinborough, which is a winery. Restoration Barrow Q Ensemble. Baroque. What does that spell?
Fart.
Or it could be Baroque, maybe?
Yeah.
Grace and Splendour is what it says. So Grace and Splendour will be, I guess so. It's Bach's Violin Concerto in A minor, and an Overture Suite number 3 in D major, and music by Romeo. Oh, I'm so sorry if I'm butchering these names. Vivaldi and Muffet. Oh, gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm just going to have to move on, I think. We'll just give you the key details that you need to know. So it's the French and Italian world of J.S. Bach. So it's at Colombo Martinborough next Friday night from 7:30. $33 to get a ticket. You're invited to a special performance of restoration program of Baroque music entitled Grace and Splendour, the French and Italian World of J.S. Bach. This program includes 2 of Bach's best-loved works, the French-style Overture Suite in D major and the Italian-style Violin Concerto in A minor, played by their wonderful guest violinist visiting from Australia, Lucinda Moon. So you can catch Lucinda Moon next week at Colombo Martinborough, which is on Todd's Road. So next Friday. Cool, I think we might be up to the next Friday switch, all the events I can tell you about next week. I'll quickly see if there's anything happening in Tararua. We don't want to forget Tararua. The events happening there. So from the 1st to the 6th of December, There's going to be the Woodville 2018 Christmas letterbox decorating competition. Hey, Woodville, go you!
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah,
What a good little thing.
I reckon. So Christmas is coming, and it's the time of year where you need to decorate your letterbox. So it sounds like it's a competition possibly hosted by the Tararua Eyesight. So that sounds really cool. How would you decorate your letterbox?
Jeez, I don't know. Possibly, I feel like maybe even go for a permanent job. Just some spray paint, a ton of glue. Possibly, like, I don't know, stick like a whole Christmas tree on top or something.
I was thinking
like
a Christmas tree on top, yeah, but you're thinking a permanent one, eh? So it's cherry Christmas all year round.
Yeah, maybe. And then, like, I don't know, you can put your Easter eggs under it in Easter, like Easter eggs under the
Wow.
Christmas tree.
What about and birthday? You could put your birthday presents under it.
Exactly.
Send the
and
kids
it'd
out.
like stick out. So if the mailman ever, it's like going past, they're never gonna forget you.
Yeah, you could have like a star on top of the tree that says expecting mail. So they know that there's something in their bag for you. Spray painting a letterbox reminds me of a few years ago. My sister came home from Sydney and she's obsessed with Prince. She's got Prince tattoos and stuff on her body, and she went and she followed his tour around Australia. She just took time off from work and followed him around, and obviously when he passed, was it last year or the year before, she was a mess. Anyhow, she had a Prince party about 10 years, I think for her 21st, so that would have been like 9 years ago, and we were having a pretty good time. We had a keg and stuff of beer at my mum's house. And anyway, my mum walked out in the morning down to get the mail, and she found that her letterbox had been spray painted purple in honour of Prince.
That's awesome.
Yeah, pretty cool. What else is happening in Tararua? Well, on the 1st of December, there's the Marati and Danny Virt Christmas Parade. So it's kicking off it's happening on High Street. Kicking off at 12:30 p.m. So this is tomorrow, the Danny Virt Christmas Parade. You don't want to miss that if you're in town. Get your jingle bells on and come to town for lunch and enjoy the annual Christmas parade. So, that'll be the place to be if you're in Tararua. But there's actually another thing happening in Danny Virt. It might be after the parade. There's the Danny Virt Christmas in the Park. So this is at the the upper domain, so Christian Street. Bring a picnic and enjoy some local talented performers and Christmas carols. It doesn't say what time, but I think it'll probably be after the parade, is what I'd say. So pack your picnic and head on down. Now on Sunday, there's a cup of tea and a lie down. It's an afternoon of restorative yoga being hosted by Emma and Kate, and this is going to be it's in Pahiatua at the Turf Pavilion, Bush Sports Stadium, like I said, in Pahiatua, kicking off from 2 p.m, and it's $45 to be a part of this, so I'd say they might have some light snacks and some tea on hand there, and you'll obviously get your yoga class. It looks like it runs from 2 till 5, so it's like a 3-hour workshop there. Now there's the Danny Virt Record Fair. Oh, this would be cool. So this is the Ruahine District Scout Hall, again on Christian Street. And it's from 11 until 4 on Sunday. Let this take you back in time and check out all your favourite records. Have you got a record player?
No, I don't. I wish I did, though. I think that's such a cool thing. And quite a few of my friends collect records.
Do they? Cool.
So, yeah.
We'll have to have a chat after this about what sort of music you like, and then I'll bring along a record if I've got it.
Yeah.
We've got to play it in a good
or we can head up to, where is it? Is it Danny Virt?
Yeah, we can head up to the Danny Virt Record Fair.
Yeah, grab some. Awesome.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yep, so that's on Sunday from 11 till 4, that record fair. Also on Sunday, there's the grand opening of Waireka Basketball Half Court. So this is at the, it doesn't even say which town it's in, but it's the Bush Multisport Park on Huxley Street. If you're a Tararua local, you might know where Huxley Street is, which town it's in. I certainly don't know. But Martin Beach will be officially open. Martin Beach will officially open this wonderful new facility for the community. So it's like a new basketball half court, which will be pretty cool. So this is at the Bush Multisport Park on Huxley Street on Sunday. from 2 p.m. Also on Sunday, there's lots happening. There's weaving with Harakiki Workshop. Now, this is being hosted by Tararua Reap, which is also where the event's being held on Sunday from 9 until 3. It's a free workshop. Come along and discover one of the most treasured and resourceful plants using Harakiki, which is New Zealand flax. So this is a weaving workshop, which will be cool because you can make your own baskets and
exactly. It's such a cool thing to do, eh?
Yeah.
Sustainable and
I reckon
kind of looks cool as well.
It
I
does.
had like a Harakiki kind of backpack.
Awesome.
For my 18th birthday. It was so awesome.
You still got it because it's only a year ago.
Yeah, yeah. But it has like dried out a little bit, sort of thing. So I'm not sure if there's something you can do to like, I don't know, some sort of oil or water or to keep it supple.
If you're a Harakiki expert out there, why don't you send us a Facebook message on Wham White It Up and let us know how to keep your woven flax products in good condition.
Yeah. I think keeping it out of sunlight is something I've tried to do.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you can use your backpacks. Obviously, you can take it to the supermarket and put your groceries
awesome.
in. You could use it as rubbish bin with a lining in it. You can store your veggies in there. Yeah, awesome. What a great skill to know. I'd be going to this weaving workshop if I could get to 15 Gordon Street this Sunday. I'm going to be hanging out in Kapiti with my grandma on that day, so I won't be able to make it. But Tararua Reap, I don't even know which town that's in. Sorry, peeps. But 15 Gordon Street, Google that, and you'll know where to go. Now, on the 3rd to the 18th of January, so the 3rd of December, so kicking off on Monday, there's a summer reading program at your local library in Tararua. So you probably want to head to the Tararua District Library's website. That might be on the council website if you want to find out about that summer reading program. And then kicking off from on Tuesday, there's a heavy traffic licence pilot class 2 workshop. $250 for that, but obviously if you need this, it's like a license sort of qualification.
Is it to drive trucks?
I think so. Yeah. Then you can get your qualification.
Could be a good investment, right?
Totally.
Truck driving.
Yep.
Taking off, aging workforce sort of thing. It'd be a good place to.
They need some more young ones in there, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, how about we have some Johnny Cash and then we'll check out the weather.
Sounds good to me.
Cool.
We got married in a fever, hotter than a pepper sprout. We've been talking about Jackson ever since the fire went out. I'm going to Jackson, I'm gonna mess around. Yeah, I'm going to Jackson, look out Jackson Town.
We'll go on down to Jackson, go ahead and wreck your hell. Go play your hand, you big talking man, make a big fool of yourself. Yeah, go to Jackson, go comb your hair.
Honey, I'm gonna snowball Jackson,
See if I care.
when I breeze into that city, people gonna stoop and bow. All them women gonna make me teach 'em what they don't know how. I'm going to Jackson, you turn loose of my coat, 'cause I'm going to Jackson.
Goodbye, that's all she wrote. But they'll laugh at you in Jackson, and I'll be dancing on a pony keg. They'll lead you around town like a scalded hound with your tail tucked between your legs. Yeah, go to Jackson, you big talking man, and I'll be waiting in Jackson behind my J-Pan plan.
Yeah, we're going to Jackson. Ain't never coming back. Well, we got married in a fever, hotter than a pepper sprout. Honey, we've been talking about Jackson ever since the fire went.
That was some Johnny and Joan Carter there. That was just a fluke that I played my favourite Johnny Cash song. All right, Eli, what's your weather forecast? What are you thinking it's going to be like?
Pretty darn wet, I think. Following the trend of the last 5 days of just kind of being quite sad because I haven't been able to hang my washing out.
Oh, let's see if your prediction is correct. Looking at Met Service, yeah, it looks like you're pretty accurate actually. Your vibes were right. So today we've got a high of 21, which is actually pretty warm.
Yeah.
Morning drizzle, then a few showers from afternoon. Northeasterlies slowly picking up. But looking at Saturday, 21 degree high, cloudy with a few showers and brisk northwesterlies. There's a low of 13 overnight, and it's just a cloud with rain looking like that for Sunday as well. A high of 22 degrees, a low of 13, so not very cold. But yeah, on Sunday, cloudy, a few showers, northeasterlies as well. So yeah, sorry, Eli.
Yeah.
Do you have a rack you could hang your washing out?
Yeah, I do, but it doesn't quite meet the demand of
You just
a
got-
whole washing line sort of thing.
Yes, I see what you're saying. Yeah, you have
Yeah.
to do it in loads, I think.
Does it show when it's meant to get
Fine
better?
up.
Yeah.
Let's have a little look. So Monday and Tuesday is as far as I can see, and there's still rain. Do you have an undercover bit where you could put your washing rack outside, or no? I guess that doesn't help you at all
Yeah.
because there's still only so much you can fit it on. You just have to put you have to prioritize what you dry.
Exactly. Work clothes go before others.
Yep.
But I'll get there. I just have to conserve and
Your washing dilemmas. Yeah, it's pretty good that the washing dilemma is the problem that you're facing at the moment.
Exactly.
Life's
I bet
pretty
some
good.
people are flooded out or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Their
Yeah.
paddocks are, I don't know, under 10 centimetres or whatever.
Yeah, the cattle might be knee deep. Could be worse, eh?
Yeah.
For us, yeah. All right, everyone. Well, I hope you have a great day. Thank you, Eli, so much for co-hosting the show with me.
Thank you. It's been so fun.
Awesome. Well, hopefully I can coax you into coming back next week.
Sure will.
We'll see how we go, eh? So remember, if you want to like the Wham Wired Up Facebook page, then you can message us and tell us about events happening around the region, and you can let us know if you think there's someone interesting that could come and be a guest, or if you want to be a guest yourself, you can just come in and talk about something you're interested in. Pretty open here. Thank you, people, for tuning in. Thank you, Trust House, for sponsoring the show. Hope you have a safe and happy and relaxing weekend and week, and we'll catch you back next Friday morning. Ka kite.
See you then.